I'm not even saying this as a shitpost or anything, the idea of this video literally came to me in a dream. Pretty much what I dreamed was a popular Italian YouTuber made this video about some obscure horror indie game which was created using 3D RAD. And I was like, I know a thing or two about 3D RAD, maybe I should do a video about this, to capitalize on the popularity of the trend. Of course, when I woke up, I realized that there was no such popularity, there was no such trend, but I still think it's a fun idea. I think I'm going to go through a bit of the history of the engine and play a few of the games so that you guys get an idea of what it's like. Now, if you're not familiar with 3D RAD, and you will be excused for that, this is pretty much an engine made primarily for racing games, which is very novel. I don't think there is any other public engine like stuff like a Godot or Unity, which specializes in stuff like that. I might be wrong, so let's not make definitive statements. This engine is freeware right now. You can download it and tinker around with it. If you want to become a game developer, I highly suggest that you do not do that, because it's a now-full and dated and very janky engine, but it's what I started with and it's what a lot of other people started with, so I guess there is this nostalgia factor for me, at least personally, in looking back at all of these small projects. One big thing about 3D RAD is that it's one of those engines where it's a big point of relevance that you don't need to learn to code to create this game, which you can code with this game. In fact, you should, because otherwise your game is going to end up looking like one of mine's. But we will talk about that in a second. There was also FPS Creator back in the day. Now it's called Game Guru, and it's just as bad as it was. In fact, it's arguably worse, but I'm not the most qualified person to make that statement, so...
Il prossimo gioco di oggi è Bold New World. Vediamo un po'.
Anyway, let's not waste any more time, let's get into the actual games. Alright, I would like to begin this session of the video by saying that I'm very surprised that I can even run this game at all, because I've tried running any of my 3D RAD games a while back. It wouldn't work. And I was thinking maybe it's because, I don't know, like Windows is too advanced and the 3D RAD isn't built for modern, what the fuck's the name for, like Windows operative systems, yes, that. And yes, so the fact that I don't have to troubleshoot everything and open a VirtualBox or something like that, very convenient for me. Anyway, this is my very first game, Tiska Buska, which is... rough looking to say the least, but I can use it to kind of explain what the dumbest possible game developer, laziest possible game developer can do with a system like this if they, put a few months into it. Let's select a random level and let's see what happens. Okay, wow, these drawings are rough. I can't believe that I thought that this was okay to publish, but again, it's not about like going through my old stuff, I'm here to kind of represent the basics of the engine. Alright, so ignore the low resolution. I don't know how to change it from when the game is windowed. Basically, you can change the resolution when you put this in full screen, when the game window gets opened. I don't even remember the rules of this game. I think you're supposed to hit your opponent with the ball that you're carrying behind you, or maybe he is supposed to eat your balls. Regardless, the movement of the card that you're seeing right now is completely pre-made. I didn't touch it at all, because if I had to create a script for that, I don't think this game would have ever come out. But the card physics are actually, oh, okay, the game's on. But yeah, I was about to say the physics of the car are actually alright. What happened here? I thought I won. There should be another cutscene. Okay, well, regardless, I have more time to talk about the physics. They're fine for the time that this engine was put out. There is also automatic AIs that you can slightly tweak, but those aren't really good, so you would have to script them by yourself. As you can see, you can tell them to chase someone or something, and yes, it's I think there is a few other parameters, but that's pretty much it. And of course, that was good enough for me back in the... Okay, I won again apparently. I think I'm just going to change level now. Okay, I just remembered a quirk from the engine just now. If you press ESC, the game shuts down. Like, you have to manually make it so that this doesn't happen. The engine was built so that if you press ESC, the game shuts down. Also, now that I've reopened the game, the resolution looks a bit better. Not great, but at least I can read what the fuck is written here. Alright, here we have a Carball, game made in a week and a half by class dev user, sorry, let me look up the name, Compactive. Okay, I don't remember playing this in quite a bit, but considering in how little time it was made, I remember being very impressed. There is even a spectate option, credits, of course, Compactive. Let's start. You can even select the kind of tires. It's actually very impressive for a game made in so little. Of course, as I said, a lot of the car game aspects are pre-made with 3D RAD, but like that really doesn't make this any less, meticulous given the time it took to make it. All right, this is, unless I'm misremembering, this is pretty much, soccer. With cars, which is as fun as it sounds, but let's see if I can maneuver this car properly. I think I should have selected the normal tires. Oh no, I'm already losing. Actually, I'm impressed that they managed to program an AI which that's how it works. It's not like the AI is trying to push the car towards the goal. It's that when you touch the ball, it gets attached to your car, and the AI of the car tells it to run towards the goal because it doesn't have to worry about the position of the ball. That's very neat. I'm losing, but it doesn't matter. The presentation of this game is a bit rough around the edges, but again, it looks better than what I did, so, beggars can't be choosers, or whatever else that is completely wrong to say in this context. Okay, maybe we can win this. Let's switch camera. Okay, there is also multiple camera angles. I think this is the one that directly follows the orientation of the car, and this one is more cinematic. I think I prefer this one, yes. This is a fun game idea. They should make a game that is similar, maybe call it Rocket League or something stupid like that. Okay, well, at this point I think you get it. Good game, pretty impressive. I hope that sorry, let me look up the name. Compactive is doing something with his skills that allows him to create fun games such as this one. Let's move on to something that isn't a racing game, just to see what they're like. Okay, there was also this guy who primarily works on 3D modeling, wanted to use 3D-RAD to make a game, and unfortunately there is no Google link that I can go to. I think they're all down, but my god, I can't believe you can make this kind of game run on 3D-RAD. I will be posting the screenshots, and you might think that the game doesn't look that impressive on 2024 hardware, but something like this on 3D-RAD, I promise you, it's nothing else has been done that looks like that, I think. Unless I'm mistaken, but I seriously doubt, Wherever the guy is who made them, I hope he's doing well, pursuing 3D modeling, because I don't think 3D-RAD was the best choice for creating a game there. Okay, by that same developer we have a completely different kind of game, something that I can actually show and play. It's called ZeroXgen, I think, and it's supposed to be inspired by Blitzball from Final Fantasy X, so that's interesting. I remember playing this a while back, but it's been a while, so let's see if anything has changed, if there was any updates. I genuinely don't remember. I'm pressing A. At this point there should be a loading screen that redirects me to the game. Give me a second here. By the way, same thing as before, all the 3D models have been made by him. The illustrations here too, which I think is, if you can make illustrations and art for yourself in your game, I think that should be advisable, even if, you might not be confident that it looks the best, at least it gives it its own unique identity. So, it's not starting again. Okay, maybe I should get a different link. Okay, the game is sort of working. I don't think it's supposed to be in the corner of the screen like that, but I can barely tell what's going on because there is 4 different layers of water, overshadowing the character. I remember it used to be a lot cleaner to look at, so this must be an older build. There is the ball, you can see it. I think I'm going to zoom in so that you can see better what's going on. Okay, this is a bit harder to move, but I have to say I'm impressed that this guy created the characters and the animations for everything. I think 3D-RAD is a very weird choice if you want to be a game modeler, because as an engine it's incredibly limited, and okay, you can, I was just saying, you can tell by looking, but no, you really can't tell, but these models look very downscaled. I think he posted in the forums, now some of them is more detailed models and they look very good. I can't move. I can't move. I don't know if am I supposed to press space, something else here? I'm so confused. I think I got bounced off of the hitbox. The AI of the characters isn't moving, which I don't mind because I'm not moving either. I don't want to make it look like this guy isn't a good developer. This is a very rough build of the game. It's not meant for public consumption, it's just for feedback. So, but it is an interesting idea, you know. I would have really liked to see it completed. I don't think he ever did complete it, but yes, that's it. I think I'm going to analyze one last game, and that's it for the video. And there was also this game, which if you think it looks very unfinished, it's because it is. There isn't really any... Oops, it crashed. Okay, as I was saying, this game is incomplete, and the reason for that is that the guy who was working on it, his computer pretty much exploded, and that was the end of it. There isn't really anything relevant to show here. I just, you know, I was part of these forums for a few years, even though I wasn't really super into, you know, the conversations. I wasn't the best developer of the group, but, you know, looking at all these tiny projects that get abandoned or that, you know, get finished and they are impressive, regardless of how good a game is, you know, it was really fun seeing someone pop out with something that they have been working on for, you know, a time, and to give a feedback, and hopefully they use this feedback to improve the game, and yes, good times. Alright, this is Formula Racer, and one funny thing you may have noticed is that a lot of these games would prefer using the arrow keys for movement instead of WASD. I don't know if, like, for racing games that's the meta, so to speak, but I think it has to do with the fact that, you know, automatic inputs, there was no WASD option, unless I am sorely mistaken, so you had to use the arrows unless you wanted to script the movements by yourself, but if you wanted to do that, you would just download Unity, which is something that eventually everyone else did. You can select multiple tracks here, which is neat. I think this is like one of those very old arcade racing games where the perspective is, what's the name, fixed on a large angle where you can see most of the map, the track, whatever it's called. No, okay, I was wrong, it's just, well, yes, it does kind of look like one of those old arcade games, I guess, which is really neat. It's, again, a lot of the tools to make... Oh god, where am I supposed to go? A lot of the tools for creating a racing game were pre-made in 3D RAD, but actually sitting down and creating something that feels self-playable is easier said than done. And if this is a proper racing game, where, you know, you have working AI, you have checkpoints, you have something that tracks your position and your lap and your time, that's really impressive. So I have to commend the author of this game for taking the effort to not only do that, but also create the map and everything else. This is really cool. Alright, I think I could go on all day, but it's best if we stop right now. I have no idea how interesting this is going to be for the general audience. It was really fun for me to record and edit and look up all the information about these games. Maybe it's because I am very nostalgic about this period in particular, when I was just starting to get into game developing. I really like observing the process of a game going from a couple of lines of code thrown in there to an actual game. Part of going to these forums that made it so nice for me was also that. I hope you liked the video again. remember to wishlist Trauma Pro Wrestling on Steam. It's very important. And until then, have a nice whatever, I guess.